Hello everyone, Gail, Golec, citizen journalist here in Arizona, and I've got some news for you. These are the signatures to the agreement that was made on September 17th, 2021 between Maricopa County Board of Supervisors and Fann, but most importantly, Corey Langhofer, our attorney from statecraftlaw.com. Hello, here I am reporting to you to share with you a little bit about this agreement. I have to tell you that I've been talking about this since September 17th. I was there. I was watching. I was texting with Senator President Fann at the time. I was blown away by what I was seeing, by what I was hearing, and I haven't stopped since. Today is September 28th, and I have to share with you a lot of information. Here we go. I've got this agreement here, and I have reported it multiple times on my Telegram channel, on my Rumble channel, on my Facebook channel, on my Twitter channel. I've been reporting it everywhere. Listen, we've got a lot of senators here in Arizona that have been doing the right thing, and we just had our audit report on Friday, and we learned a lot. And I want everybody to know this was never about the count. This was always about the compliance. Okay, always about the compliance. And that's why I want to bring this to your attention today, because this is about complying with a subpoena. This is a legal subpoena that the legislature has put together, that the courts have looked at and have said over and over again that the Board of Supervisors must comply. And we had this all in place. Senator Borelli, he did his job because he went out there and he said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make the Arizona Attorney General Brnovich go in and enforce this subpoena. And he had it. And the Attorney General, what he did is he said, I am going to enforce this subpoena, and I'm going to make sure that this subpoena is enforced, and you have until September 27th to comply with the subpoena. If not, you have $700 million coming out of your budget. Well, let me tell you, that scared them a little bit. And they probably would have done it today had it not been for this little beauty right here. So let me just tell you a little bit about this agreement and why I'm so upset about it and why you need to know about it and why I really don't understand why it's not being reported more widely, because I want you to know we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Senate President Fann and the incredible work that our Senate has done in Arizona. However, we cannot let, I'm going to say, unethical power be unchecked. And I'm not saying President Fann was necessarily unethical. In fact, I would say it's our attorney, Corey Langhofer, that's unethical. And I really want to hold him more accountable. If you don't know it, you probably do, but you heard how we had a draft that went out that was much more strong worded, and it actually called for a decertification of the election. And then when the official report went out, it took those words completely out of the report. And that was because of Corey Langhofer of Statecraft Law, by the way, statecraftlaw.com, former representative of Mitt Romney. And the man is going to be exposed. So more than anything, I really want to expose Corey Langhofer today. However, what Senate President Fann did was a mistake, and there seems to be a cover-up because, you know, we want to give Fann the credit that she deserves. But at the same time, we have three branches of government here. And what's happening here is that the judicial branch of government has said that you must comply with the subpoena. The executive branch of government, which is Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich, is here to enforce that agreement. The legislative branch of government, which is Senate President Fann, entered into an agreement with the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors that said, you know what, they complied with the subpoena. Look no further. They're all good. We all know that's not what happened. And this little piece of paper should not circumvent the Constitution of the United States. And that's exactly why I'm here today to share with you. They have agreed, Corey Langhofer and Senate President Fann, by the way, there is an ethical question here. And this is another reason why I'm bringing this to the attention of the world, is that she did this, to my understanding, which I have a very clear understanding, behind the backs of the Senate, behind the backs of our auditors. Like Ben Cotton and Doug Logan didn't even know about this. They didn't review it. They didn't review it. They didn't comment on it. Our senators in the Judiciary Committee. I don't know about Judiciary Committee Chairman Warren Peterson, if he did or not. However, I do know the rest were not aware of this until, in some cases, I told them. And that's a fact. 10 points here. And I'm going to review them really quickly and let you know what's in this agreement and why I am so concerned about it. Number one, they agreed to a special master. And through investigative journalism, like Code Monkey, a lot of other people, but through investigative journalism, we have found out that the special master by the name of John Shadag, who was a former congressman here, was also a lobbyist for Clint Hickman, Maricopa County Board of Supervisor. Not a good thing, right? All the people in the world, you're going to find a guy who was a lobbyist for Clint Hickman. And I'm going to call the Arizona AG attorney to investigate that henhouse fire, interview the police and the firemen that were there. I have some unconfirmed information that I would like the AG to look into. Anyway, this special master is going to hire 1 to 3 computer technology experts to assist him in responding to the Senate's questions. That's how we get. We're just going to ask some questions. Now you have to give us the answers. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, let us continue. Number 2, the special master who, has sole authority to hire this expert team. By the way, one of the things I didn't mention to you, so important. Senator Sonny Borelli had a 1487 form that he filled out that was in full force and effect based upon this law that would have ensured compliance by the Board of Supervisors on September 27th, 2021 to fully comply with the subpoena that the judicial branch had already said was legal and enforceable. And if they did not, they would have to come up with $700 million out of the budget, give it back to the treasurer, who can disperse it among other counties in the state of Arizona. It's a lot of pressure. All we had to do was not enter into this agreement. Now, again, this agreement was entered on September 17th, unilaterally. Easy for me to say. Anyway, so he has sole authority to hire this expert team. And they're going to sign confidentiality agreements, non-disclosure agreements, and they're not going to tell anybody anything. How interesting. So the public doesn't get to know anything. The Senate doesn't get to know anything. He gets to choose all of these people. We don't even know who these people are, who their circle of influence is, what their qualifications are, nothing. But John Shadid does. Oh, lucky us. Number 3, the scope of the Senate's question shall be limited to matters concerning the election on November 3rd. Okay. However, the only time frame, again, we didn't have to do any of this, but they committed to a time frame of October 7th through November 20th. Well, as we have now seen, based upon the audit, a lot has happened since November 20th, 2020. A lot. I'm not going to go into it, but we know that. The special manager is going to provide answers in their entirety to the Senate and the county, provided that the special master will not communicate answers only if and to the extent that the attorneys agree upon it. And that's the bottom line. So let's go into number 3. The scope of the Senate's questions shall be limited to matters concerning the county's routers and Splunk logs in relation to November 3rd general election, which of course, that makes sense. However, the relevant time period shall be between October 7th through November 20th, 2020. Well, we already know, based upon the audit, a lot of crap has happened after November 20th, 2020. So, the special master will disclose the questions posed by the Senate's counsel to the county's counsel and allow the parties the opportunity to brief any purported grounds for withholding some or all of the answers to the questions. Do you understand? We had everything. We had the judicial branch already said, do it. We had the executive branch already saying, do it. And then we've got the legislative branch coming in and saying, oh, let's make a deal. And here we go. The special master will disclose the questions posed by the Senate's counsel to the city's council and allow the parties an opportunity to brief any proposed grounds for withholding some or all of an answer to the question. The special master will provide the answers in their entirety to the Senate and the county, provided that the special master will not communicate any answers. Only if and to the extent. So basically, censorship is going to go to the Senate and or the council if the special master, John Shadid, decides to do so. Yeah, Karen Fann agreed to this. Non-public information as it relates to the superior courts, information otherwise prohibited from disclosure by Arizona rules of Supreme Court, personal identifying information of any individual. Do y'all realize how idiotic this is? If anybody watched or knows anything about computers, none of this is on there. And all of the information or the answers to the questions are going to go to the people that wrote this document. What wrote this document that says, for the purpose of this section, the term personal identifying information shall include individual's date of birth, social security number, protected health information, but shall not include the individual's name or usernames and passwords associated with the county's computer system. Are you freaking kidding me? We're looking for router information tables. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the way the data crossed over the network. And by the way, we have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that these machines connected to the internet. They connected. Yeah, that's you, all 5 of you Board of Supervisors. That's you, Stephen Richer, who I looked at in the eye and I asked you multiple occasions when I held up the IP addresses and I showed you the votes that were flipped. And you said they were not. connected to the internet. But guess what? You still think you're going to get Social Security numbers, and these are the people that are going to be looking at this. This is why this needs to go public. Because these people who wrote this agreement are the ones that are going to be discerning the information. Okay, in the event the information sought by the Senate is not available, the Senate and the county shall be so informed. The answers to the Senate's questions shall be shared only with the Senate and the county through their respective counsel. That's it. So counsel gets it first, then the Senate. Corey Langhofer gets it first. Yeah, the same one who watered it down for the United States of America, didn't want the truth to come out, is going to give us the information about the Splunk logs and everything else. So here, by the way, is the information that was held from the subpoena that we could have had on September 27, 2021. The routers and the network-related data, the poll workers' laptops, the ICX devices, the ICP credentials to validate configuration settings or administrative settings, other devices connected to the election network, specifically 192.168.100.1 and 192.168.100.11. Evidently, those are local area network IP addresses, and they discovered that there were 59 open ports. Okay, no updates to any of the security patches on any of the devices on the network. All any person needed to do was come in and compromise one of those 59 external networks, and they had access to the entire internal network. I just want you to know that. It's really important to understand why these open ports were there, and I really encourage you to look at these reports. I'm going to go on because I'm trying to keep this as quick as possible, but it's really important to you guys, so please stick with me, okay? Because the next one is probably the most important thing, so listen up, okay? Really, really listen up right now. The special master and his team will work with appropriate security protocols in place to prevent the disclosure of any information they acquire. The special master and his team will have no connectivity to the internet while conducting searches of the county computer system. The special master and his team will not copy to any device in any form any of the information they review, observe during the course of their work. So, let me get this straight, and let me get it straight to you. Nothing in here guarantees us the Splunk logs. Nothing in here guarantees that we have our auditor's oversight. Nothing, okay? We heard, oh, big win, big win, big win. It wasn't a big win. We've got nothing. We cannot make copies of this data. We cannot even connect to the internet to watch the network traffic. Okay? This was agreed to. Never had to be done. So big. So big. And that right there is exactly why I'm so upset, because we have no access to anything, no copies, no internet access. So it's a bunch of bull. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I mentioned at the beginning that I was live texting with Senate President Karen Fann, and I believe she truly, truly believed that this was a good agreement. I have to believe in my heart she did believe that. She was relying on Corey Langhofer. I'm just telling you, that's my opinion. Everybody can, they're going to roll with it the way you're going to roll with it. She should have known, she shouldn't have known, whatever it is. Any subpoena, number 5, any subpoena or court order of protection of information made by the special master shall be immediately conveyed to counsel for both Senate and the county, so either party can seek relief from production if needed. Again, we needed to do nothing. September 27th, we had it all. Judicial executive branch said comply with the damn subpoena. Ugh. I shouldn't swear, but I'm really upset. Seriously, they said they should comply, and now it can go to court to seek relief. Number 6, the county agrees to forever waive and release its claim to notice of claim served on President Fann. Basically, they bought $2.8 million of Dominion machines, saying that these machines were no longer usable. They were leased. Number 1, they could have turned it in. They didn't need to buy anything else. Number 2, $2.8 million it might have come out of the Senate's budget, but it did not come out of the taxpayers' budget. We should never have purchased any more machines, and these machines should never be used again in the United States of America. Ever. Period. As Mike Lindell says, they should be melted down and put into jail, prison bar cells. That's what they should do. Melt them down into metal and make them prison bars. Number 7, the county agrees to produce any digital images of ballot envelopes, which were commanded to produce by July 26th. We did get that. Oh yeah, Dr. Shiva got it. I'm not going to go into it, but this was done on September 17th. Let us remind you, we did get them, and we proved that there were photocopies made, 17,000 or more duplicate ballots. I'm not even getting into it. That's not the program, and I want to make this short. Check it out. Number 8, the county agrees to pay for all costs to employ this beautiful special master. Of course, why not? Let's give John Shadig a little bit more money, you know. Why not? He's a lobbyist for Hickman. Okay. And oh, by the way, made $100,000 from Facebook. Yes, of course. And the Facebook, you know, they're so for the people and free speech and the Constitution. And I know they want free and fair elections. Oh, yeah. Anyway, number 9, the Senate agrees to, upon execution of this agreement, she will send, okay, another big thing, so listen up, everybody. Wrapping up here, number 9 of 10, but this is huge. The Senate agrees that upon execution of this agreement, President Fann will send in the same day she executes this agreement both an email and a USPS letter to the Arizona Attorney General stating that the county fully complied with the Senate's outstanding subpoena and further action on his part is not warranted. Further action on his part is not warranted. Since when does the legislative branch who enacts laws gets to tell the executive branch or the Attorney General, just take a pass, don't look at that law today, you know, we got this little agreement here, and don't worry. Listen, right now, every single one of you needs to be telling the Attorney General Brnovich that he needs to enforce the subpoena. That's it. Enforce the subpoena. We have the judicial branch behind him. He's got every rule of law behind him, and we need those Splunk laws, and we need everything that I just already mentioned to you that has not been provided. This agreement constitutes the entirety of agreements of the parties and may not, oh, check this out, listen to this, be amended, may not be amended, or otherwise altered or changed except in writing and signed to the parties. Corey Langhofer agreed to that. Corey Langhofer did this. We could be upset with Senate President Karen Fann. We can, of course, because she signed it, okay? And she did not go through ethically, which she probably should have done. However, we've got somebody, in my opinion, who is aiding and abetting the enemy here. And the enemy are the people that signed this agreement on the other end. And the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors. Okay, we've got Jack Sellers here, Chairman, Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, approved as to form county for Maricopa County Paul Sinelli PC, Edward F. Novak. We've got Alistair Adele, attorney, and on behalf of the Maricopa County Attorney's Office, Thomas P. Liddy, signing on behalf of Maricopa County. So these people signed this, and then Corey Langhofer and Karen Fann. So listen, you guys, I'm going to ask you to share this video. I'm going to ask you to share this far and wide. I really want people to understand that the Attorney General needs to enforce this subpoena. We need the Splunk logs. We need the security passwords and tokens. We need all of those other things. He needs to enforce the subpoena. And we cannot let this power go unchecked. So that's why I'm here today, just to let you know this is what's going on here in Arizona. It's being covered up for whatever reason, probably to protect Karen Fann. We've already got enough naysayers out there, all right? And I'm not trying to be a naysayer. I'm really not. But as an investigative journalist, as somebody who loves her country, I have to look at this from a perspective of we cannot let this stand, okay? We just can't let this stand. This was a really bad agreement. They made a mistake. There is a way out. We can hold the AG accountable and do this. Now, I realize that this could all be moot, right, in some respects, because the AG has subpoena power. He could have done this 10 months ago. Don't forget. We had a hearing in December where a lot of the stuff that came out in the audit came out in December. Not one thing was done. Nothing. So I don't know what's going to be done right now. A lot of people have a lot of faith in him because he's running for Senate. So, you know, let's see what happens with this guy. Personally, I'm going to tell you, I don't think he has the courage. I don't think he has the courage to take down a Stephen Richer or an Adrian Fontes or the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, let alone the man who certified this election when we discovered and were talking about all of these criminal acts were happening, the governor of this state, Doug Ducey. I don't think he has the courage to do so. Maybe he does, and maybe he will with your help. But if he wants to be a senator in this state, he needs to do the right thing for the people. And what the right thing for the people is to enforce this subpoena. We need those Splunk logs. So every day, today's day 4, no indictments, no Splunk logs. And I'm going to keep counting down every single day. We need the Splunk logs. We need indictments. I don't know how much longer. I'm a little upset that this guy or gal who deleted all of the files, millions of files were deleted the day before the election. They've had this information for days now, and then they forewarned this person. I don't know. Maybe they had an opportunity to cover up. Who knows? What happened to Giuliani? Middle of the night? What happened to Roger Wright? In the middle of the night? They came in, they raided, they got everything. Not these guys. They got a little bit of warning. Well, they're getting a little bit of more warning right now. The people of the United States of America, the people of this earth, are not going to allow our freedoms to continue to be taken away from us. In America, we are blessed with a Constitution, and we are going to fight for this republic. We are going to fight for a republic of the people, for the people, by the people. We are going to fight for this government of the people. And if we don't have free and fair elections, we are now a communist country. And if anybody is listening to us, and me, I should say, listening to me right now and does not realize that we are in war, understand that it's a Cold War. It's a new war. but we are at war, and we need everybody to speak truth. The truth will set us free. Censorship is what they have. The media is what is. They're part of the, they're part of the army. They're on the battlefield and they're the army. But we are the army, and we are here, and I am here, and I am here to let you know that we will prevail. And it's a spiritual warfare, and I want you all to know that prayer works. So don't forget to pray. Don't forget to pray. It's so important to pray because it really, really works. God bless you all. God bless America. Thank you for your time today. Contact A.G. Brnovich. Tell him to enforce the subpoena. And oh, please, like Corey Langhofer at Statecraft Law. Go to statecraftlaw.com. You can get all of his information. Look at his little bio and his fun little extravaganzas with Mitt Romney. And let him know what you think. We need to fire this guy. He should never represent us, we the people, ever again. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you.